for this evening's match, Jaybird Drennan.
Thank you. Thank you for that applause, and welcome to Pot of Gold Bowling, friends. This is it. We started out with hundreds of teams. We boiled it down to 20, and now it's down to 2. Tallmadge Lanes and Colonial Village Lanes, they're trying for that big $2,000 first prize. Not only that, Colonial Village, being top-seeded, is going to arrive in that brand-new limousine from Thomas. So I tell you what, let's scoot outside where Buddy Jim Mitchell is waiting. Let's take a look as they arrive right now. Here's Jim Mitchell. Jim?
Thanks, Jay. I'm outside the Gardner Student Center lanes here with the Thomas Limousine Service, and the team from Colonial Village Lanes are getting out ready to bowl the finals. There's John Durando from Colonial Village. It's a beautiful card, Jay. And there's the great Del Pettit, who's been bowling so consistent throughout the tournament. And there's the Akron U bowler, John Elsig, and Tim Elsas, who shot that big 279 game, and the great left-hander, Butch Zeller. Jay, they're all ready to go. They got enough equipment to take on the world right now. And I'm going to be back with you in just a minute to introduce the starting lineups from Tallmadge Lanes in Colonial Village.
Oh, that was beautiful. That limousine is beautiful. They're here in style, and Jim Mitchell is going to make the quickest run of his career. I mean, he dashed in through that door. We're ready for the teams right now, and here is Jim with that introduction. Here's Jim. Let's give him a welcome, folks. Jim Mitchell.
Thank you, Jay. We're going to meet the team from Tallmadge Lanes. They've had a fantastic tournament. This is going to be a great day. Leading off at 192 average on the TV pair, Randy Porter. Bowling in a second position is averaging 193 on our telecast, Dave Highsmith. Bowling in a third position, his average is 176 on the show, Ron Ober. Averaging 196 on the Pot of Gold tournament, Denny Highsmith. And the anchor person averaging the 197, Mickey Smiklovich. Jay, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. Here's the man that's been on a lot right now. Hello, Ron.
Hi, how are you doing?
You're back again.
Yes, sir, back again.
Ron, very quickly, you got 171 pins against this tremendous team. What do you think?
Well, I'm just hoping we can take those 170 pins to an advantage, but I've seen Colonial bowl, and they're pretty tough.
They are tough. It's going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Good luck to you. All right, Jim, let's check the other team right now.
Thank you, Jay. The team from Colonial Village, they came in that beautiful limousine from Thomas Limousine Service. They bowled some fantastic games on the telecast. We're taking away 68 pins from their final score. Let's meet the starting lineup from Colonial Village. Leading off an average in 263 for the telecast, Tim Elsas. Bowling in the second position and averaging 234 on television, John Durando. Bowling in the third position, averaging 235 on the show, John Elsig. Bowling in the fourth position and averaging a big 235, Del Pettit. And the anchor person, the only left-hander, averaging 187 on the telecast, Butch Zeller. Jay, back to you.
All right, I tell you, the Rick Davis. Hello, Rick.
How you doing, Jaybird?
Those are tremendous averages.
Those boys all bowl in the All-Star League at Colonial, and they're all real good bowlers. They've been bowling and working real hard at bowling well in this tournament.
They ought to be pumped up riding over here in that limousine and ready to go, huh?
That was a nice ride over here. Thomas Limousine provided a real nice trip for us.
And $2,000 on the line, Rick.
I'm trying to talk them into giving me a cut of it, but I don't think they're going to go for it.
It's going to be a great match. What say we give them both a great big hand, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to bowl right here for the Pot of Gold. Kick over for Randy, but not quite enough.
Colonial Village is spotting Tallmadge 171 pins. That's just like having 6 bowlers bowling against 5.
The way that came about, why Colonial, with being over the 1050 average, had to get a minus 68, while Tallmadge was getting 103, and that's how it came about. Dave Highsmith, who's been bowling well, and starts out again. Yes, sir, Dave has an average there of 160, and he has really been bowling well in this tournament.
That's right. A couple weeks ago, he shot that big 220 game. Last week, 206.
Here's the shot, and whoa, up it jumped. John Elsig got out of the ball well, but it didn't quite carry for him there. This is going to be an interesting match. That'll leave the 410 for him to shoot at. Ron Ober will stop right up now. The finals here for $2,000. They're already assured of $600. Second place team. Stonehenge was 5th, Rollaway 4th, Fairlane's 3rd. Here's the shot. And he picked up the 4-pin, which is the way to do it. Carry every pin you can.
So John's the junior, or I should say the sophomore from the University of Akron. Last time out, shot that big 257 game.
Here's the shot. Out of the ball over toward the Brooklyn side, but not quite on the head pin. So the first, we had Randy and Ron both missing the head pin, but everything will settle down. This is exciting. When you're bowling for $2,000 and first prize and the beautiful trophies and what have you, it is that exciting match right here.
Well, we have a great crowd here today, too, Jay. It's a good promotion on the part of the bowling proprietors. Get these people out here and very enthusiastic.
Really is. Let's see if we can pick up the spare now, Ron.
Just going to put the ball between the 1 and the 3, just like a strike.
Look out.
Yep.
Oh.
You pulled it a little bit too much, and that's one of the problems that you have when that particular spare.
All right, here comes Dale Pettit right now. Dale has also been bowling very, very well.
Oh, boy.
235 average, and the big 4-6 jumps up.
Well, Dale's been bowling real well, Jay. The first time out, 245. The last time out, 226.
Here's the shot right now. The ball's coming in and carrying and left the 7 pin. Denny Highsmith has really been good on this lane number 6 the last couple of weeks. Hitting well. Failed to carry that time. Here's the shot right now, and carries out the 6 pin for Dale.
Well, they hate to start out with those big, wide-open splits like that. Jay's going to take a few frames for them to make the minor adjustments, but they'll start throwing strikes. You can guarantee that.
Ball came in and carried his spare. So we have 2 strikes for Colonial. We have a strike and a spare now for Tallmadge. And the first 4 men that are up. Colonial Village almost has to pick up 2 marks per frame. They have 171 pins down, 17 marks. So almost 2 marks per frame. Here's the shot by Butch Deller. Beautiful shot.
Great pitch, Jay. I'm talking to Butch before the match, and, you know, he's had a little problem on the telecast the last couple times out. He's really pumped up and wants to bowl good today.
Mickey Smiklovich. Mick had 189 last time he was out and hit a little bit heavy there. Got 8 pins on that count. Be working on the 3-6 right now.
Well, we've seen this chop quite a bit throughout the 19 weeks of our show, Jay. Let's just hope it doesn't happen today.
As Jim mentioned, there's 12 inches between those pins, and you won't think so by looking at them right here, but that's what makes it where you can chop it.
Taking his time, he wants to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. $2,000 is a lot of money.
Here's the shot. Look out. All right, kicked it on the outside. So, 3-20, and nothing happened right there to make any change in our pin spot. Here's the shot now by Randy Porter. Randy crosses over. Did he carry? Yes.
Yes, sir, Jay. We've been carrying the Brooklyns quite a bit here at Akron U. Again, I remind everyone, we're using the lightest pin possible, 3 pounds and 2 ounces, and they really fly around.
Tim Alsace, tremendous bowler with a strike here averaging 263. Here's the shot by Tim. Is he there?
Look out.
Yes, a little heavy, but just right.
Well, Tim's got such a great strike ball, Jay, that he actually pulled that a little bit inside of his target, but it laid right to the pocket, getting the 4 out in a hurry.
All right, Dave Highsmith could get the first or second big double right here, the first for his team. Here's the ball by Dave, and he carries good.
He's really been bowling good, hasn't he, Jay? 220 a few weeks ago, 206 last week, 160 average from Dave Highsmith.
John Durando could have his double also here. John with a 224, then a 245 for his 2 games. All right.
John Durando's keeping the ball in play. Jay's keeping it very straight, right up that second arrow. It's not breaking a whole lot, entering the pocket real straight. Shouldn't have any problems.
Here comes Ron Ober. Ron with 9 out the first time, huh? Taking his time. Look at this split screen right now. Ron comes up. Here's the ball heading, and pretty heavy in the middle, left the 6-10. All right, here comes John Elsig. Fine bowler, 195 average.
Good concentration.
213, 257. Look at this. Little heavy. Oh, 4-6 again. 2 big splits for John.
Well, John is a little nervous right now. You can see it in his eyes. Actually, all he's doing is pulling the ball a bit inside of his target. He's either going to have to move his feet to the left and open up his swing, and that 4-6 will be out of there instantly.
Here's the shot now by Ron. Ron lifts that ball. Is it enough?
Look out.
No. Left the 6 pin. 11:23 for this fine team. Look at this.
Look at this, Jay. Oh, my goodness.
He nearly made it.
Oh.
He put enough hook on that ball. He slid it across and wiggled it.
Wow, we got a good hand from the audience. That's almost impossible. Wow. 100-to-1 shot, almost made it.
Here's the shot now by Tallmadge Lane. Broke up to 7-10. Denny Highsmith laying the ball out.
Jay, we're going to get a replay of this. Watch this shot. The ball sliding over to the right. Kisses the 6-pin. Barely kisses it. Slides it into the 4, but not enough to knock it down. Great try.
Just wiggled it good. Here's the shot. That ball's working. You bet. Butch Zeller, or rather Dale Pettit. Dale Pettit with his strike. Started off with a split, then came back with a strike. Here's the shot, and a nice pickup as Denny Highsmith gets his 2 spares. Ace Mitchell shirts the bowlers are wearing right here, the beautiful things.
Yes, sir. David Grau from Ace Mitchell's Bowling Mart contributed all the bowling shirts for this 19-week telecast of the Pot of Gold Tournament. We just want to take the opportunity to thank Dave for doing a fine job.
Butch Zeller with a strike. Left-handed bowler out of that ball. It's working. Awfully heavy and left the 4-pin. Mickey Smiklovich had a spare his first time up. 170 pins, a lot to pick up, but this Colonial Village team is tough.
Great pitch out there, Jay.
By Mickey.
And Mickey's got a high game, a lifetime high game of 279, and his current average is 174.
Well, let's see if Butch can make his.
Wow.
Whoa, it looked like he was going to drive it past. Pins are paid for. That's all right. Go ahead and hit them. Oh, me. So, 9-25 right now is the way the spot looks.
You can watch Tim Alsace, Jay, taking his time, good concentration. His eyes are glued in on his target. Watch the follow-through, right to his target.
Here's the shot.
Looks good.
Oh, awfully heavy. Pulled into the head pin. Tim Alsace just pulled over just a little bit, and he knew it. Talking to himself a little bit as he comes back to the line. Randy Porter could get a big double right here and help his cause a lot. Look here.
Fantastic pitch, Jay. You notice how the ball entered the 1-3 pocket almost straight. The pins didn't have a chance.
All right, let's see if Tim pick up his big spare right here.
Okay, he's going to move to the extreme left side of lane number 5, and he's going to throw it hard and straight. He'll take a little bit off the shot so it don't hurt.
Good extension.
Beautiful.
You bet. Got his spare, makes it 48 now in the second. Dave Highsmith could have 3 in a row. Dave, with that 160 average, has been bowling well. Comes out of that, and that ball is spinning. Is it gaining momentum? Here it comes. And
Yes.
right,
Jay, I've mentioned in the past that spinner ball can really knock the pins down if you can keep it to the right and get the ball to turn back into the pocket. And that time it did. Watch the replay on this. Watch it coming. It made its turn right there. Watch the head pin go off the sideboard. Good pin action.
John Durando laid the ball in a little bit too high. Left the 6-pin. John was working on a turkey that time. Does it put a lot of pressure on you when you have 17 pins to pick up, Jim? That's a lot of pins.
Well, it's like I said before, Jay, 170 pins is equivalent to another bowler. It's just like 5 bowlers bowling against 6. And yes, you have to throw strikes to win.
Run over, hit heavy, but look at it carry. And when you also can have some luck to go along with it.
Well, that's for sure.
Really helps. That's really in this game of bowling. Along with that is the luck that you also, the hits you get and the carries you get.
Well, it's a good thing about the Pot of Gold tournament. We have the better bowler bowling against the lower average bowlers, and the handicap balances it out. If you remember last year, we had an all-girls team finish second.
John Elsig should get a start right here. He's had 2 splits. I'm sure he's made that adjustment now. Comes out of that ball, throws it hard. Watch it dig. Yes.
And what John did, Jay, he just moved about 1 or 2 boards left on the approach, and he made 1 board left on the alley, just enough to put the ball in the pocket.
Denny Highsmith has had 2 nines, 2 spares. He's been out. That's a good shot for Denny. Yes. He's been there almost all the last 3 weeks.
But he's got a great shot for the condition. Nice and soft right up the track area, right around the second arrow.
Dale Pettit working on a strike. They need to get a lot of them. Out on that lane's good.
Wow. Well, that's one of the problems that you have with the power player, and Dale Pettit is considered a power player. The big turn, you relieve those 10 pins. But he can also throw a lot of strikes.
Tallmadge Lanes could have 8 marks if Mickey could get his double here. What about it? You bet.
Wow.
8 big marks, Jim, and all strikes.
That's
Every
right.
one of them struck for 33 marks. Here's the shot now. And
Putting a
there
lot
we
of
go.
pressure on him, Jay. A lot of pressure early.
1, 2, 3, 4. They could have 5 marks now for Colonial, so that means they picked up 3 marks in this frame, Jim.
Well, after 3 frames, Tallmadge
Yes.
Lanes is beating Colonial actual.
Here we go with the Butch's dollar now. Butch has a strike spare, 9 and a spare, taking his time. Left-handed bowler, 210 average. Here's the shot by Butch. Ooh, kicked it past the 5-pin. Looked like the 5-10 would lay there for a moment. Then the 10 kicked out. Thought he might get the 5 there, too, as it came by.
Butch is a good player. He won a tournament a couple of months ago up in Cleveland. That really built his confidence a lot.
These bowlers right here, 214 average, 214 average, 195, 211, 210. Tough bowlers. This area has produced some great ones right now. Here's the shot and a perfect pickup. All right, Tim Alsace needs to start again.
Good concentration.
Didn't quite dig enough, did he, Jim?
Well, Tim is playing a little bit right now with his hand position. He's trying to get the maximum roll out of the ball, let the lane do the work. It just doesn't seem to be working right now.
Randy Porter working on 3 in a row. Look at Randy's go.
Jay, if I have any comment to make on the match is that, Tallmadge Lanes bowled on the pair last week. They've got more games under their belt on lanes 5 and 6. If anything, they may have that advantage because they have more games on this pair.
All right, let's see if Tim... Is it hard to come in top-seeded, Jim, and bowl the 1 game?
That's for sure, Jay, but then again, it's nice to bowl 1 game for all the money.
Beautiful pickup by Tim Alsace. Gives him 65 in the 3rd frame now. Let's see if Dave Highsmith can get 4 in a row. Here's Dave's ball. It's
those
spinning.
eyes
It's
are
giving
right
it
on
off
the
room. It's coming.
Beautiful
Oh,
shot. Unbelievable.
I can't believe that. That ball is really digging. When it starts turning, it goes. Here's John Durando. John needs a strike to start now. 4 in a row for Dave Highsmith. They're pumped up for this game. John Baton. Quite enough there. John was just a little bit light. A lot of enthusiasm in this match. 2 4-pin. Well, here comes Ron Ober. Ron could double, too. The first 2 men have made a lot of gain out of that. They both have doubled. Let's see what Ron can do. All 5 bowlers struck the last time up. Here's Ron.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, great action, Jay. Right now, the momentum is going towards Tallmadge. They're getting the wall shots, and they're carrying all those light hits.
Shot by John is good. So 6 marks already for Tallmadge.
Watch the
And
playback
they're
on this, Jay. Another light shot. These pins just fly. Look at that hit pin hit the sideboard and come back and take out the 5 and the 7.
John Elsig could help the cause right here. Had 2 splits, moved over, got his strike. Let's see if he's adjusted on this lane.
Well, Colonial Village Lanes are in a must-strike situation. We're only in the 4th frame.
Here he comes.
Good
Yeah,
shot.
man.
Yes, sirree. John's a good player. He practices a lot of games on 5 and 6. He's a member of the University of Akron team. He knows how to make the adjustments.
Diddy Highsmith could make it 9 straight strikes for this team. Let's see what he does. Look at that team go.
Jay, right there with
Oh.
that strike, they just set a new pot of gold record with 10 strikes in a row by a team.
Actually, it would be 11, wouldn't it, Jim?
Well,
Here's
they
the
had
next shot.
the anchor.
Oh.
Mickey had a strike back in the 2nd frame. They all struck in the 3rd, and the first 4 guys in the 4th. That's 10 strikes in a row, working on number 11.
That's right. That's right. They did have 1 in the 2nd frame. That's right.
That's right. That's a new record.
Great goodness. Dale Pettit with 9.
I
Bared
think
the ball pretty
the
good.
world record's only like 24 in a row. We're halfway there.
Let's see what Mickey does. They would want this in the worst way. That ball's digging.
Oh,
Could have been. 10 straight strikes. That's hard to overcome.
boy, it sure is. They're beating the Colonial Village actual.
Here's the shot right now, Badale, and he picks up his spare. Well, 11-23, they had the last game. That's good bowling, Jim.
Boy, it's unbelievable. I'll tell you what, these team from Tallmadge, they're just pumped up. They're really working well as a team.
Let's see if Mickey can get his spare. Of course, Colonial Village has been tough with the games they've thrown. 11-47, 11-65. See if he makes a spare right here. You bet. Pot of Gold brought to you by the Greater Akron Bowling Proprietors here, Jim.
Yeah, the Greater Akron Bowling Proprietors Association sponsoring the Pot of Gold. And as Executive Secretary, Jay, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for doing a fine job this year as our telecast commentator.
Oh, thank you much, Jim. It's been a pleasure. Tell you what, and of course, Jim is on the Pro Tour and has the great knowledge of bowler, great bowler in his own right. It's really been a pleasure this year. We've really had a good time. Exciting games. Butch Deller got his strike. But it's now 20-42. It's now 22 pins difference. 22 marks, rather. 22 marks difference. Oh, Tim turned it in, but not quite enough. Left the 10 pin.
Well, Tim's got the right angle for the lane conditions. He's hitting the puck, but he just doesn't have that great carry.
See if Randy can get another strike right here to make it 4 in a row. It's digging. Is it enough? No, knocked out the 5, but left the 7. Good hit. Just a little bit light in the pocket.
Stayed away from disaster, breaking out the 5 pin.
22 marks is 220 pins different in time. You can't say it's running out, but it's getting a little late now. We're in the 5th frame. Shot here, but Tim, of course, this team for Colonial can break loose at any time and then all string them all the way out.
Boy,
so
that's
it's going
for
to be
sure, Jay.
Hold
Look out.
Uh-oh, he got out of it too soon, didn't he? So, 96 there in the 5th frame for Randy, and that's with 2 misses. He had 3 in a row. Let's see what John Durando does. John working on a spare.
John's using a plastic bowling ball. That's what he's used for the last 3 telecasts.
And left a tough one up there, the 2-4-8.
Well, they're coming in a little light, Jay. They're going to have to make some major adjustments, and I believe they're going to have to either move to the right on the approach or they're going to have to change equipment. Something's going to have to happen real fast.
Look at Dave Highsmith working for 5 in a row.
Watch
Whoa,
this
the ball
ball.
got
Look
away
out.
from him. Came back pretty good and got 6 of them. But that's the first one that's really got away from
It
Dave.
sure
4 in a
is.
row. See if John can get his spare now.
Watch
Shot
out.
by John, and he made it.
It's a tough spare.
Tough one is right. All right, let's see if Dave can move over to the left side here and carry this 4 out. 1, 2, 4, 7.
He's going to try to go to the left side of it, going to the Brooklyn. The ball should
What do you
be
think?
out
Yes.
of him. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
The only disadvantage to that, Jay, is sometimes that ball starts off from the left side like that, can just slide right through and take the 1 pin.
John Elsig could get a turkey here. They need it right here. John throws that ball. It's coming. Yeah.
Nice shot. Great little bowler. Great bowler. Let's just play back on that last spare, Jay. See how it's on the left side of the lane? It looks like it's going to chop the 1 off, but it takes out the 2, the 4, and the 7.
All right, run over. Could pick his team up right here with another big strike. He had 2 misses, then a double. Let's see if Ron can get another one here to make it a turkey. Shot by Ron. It's heading pretty well for the puck. A little heavy, but it carried everything except the 7. Little heavy.
Tallmadge Lane's team, Jay, is starting to flirt with a disaster here. They're starting to put the ball on the nose. They're going to have to make their adjustments to get away from that because those splits can start popping up in a hurry.
Those lights are bright. They drive those lanes out a
Boy,
little
they
bit.
sure do. The oil just evaporates.
Dale Pettit.
Great strike ball of Del Pettit. Jay, I said it in the past. This guy can throw strikes from here to eternity. And once he gets lined up, he can just wire out.
This shot is important. Everyone, every spare. He got out of that ball good. You bet. 67 in the 4th with a spare now. All right, here comes Butch's Deller. Butch can get another big start. Had a strike, 2 spares, then a strike. Working on a double.
Well, they're in that situation, Jay, where they have to strike. They're down 20 marks.
They could pick up 7 marks on this one. If he could get his double. Here's the shot.
Good pitch. Good
Here
pitch.
back. All right. Denny Highsmith could match that now with a strike. Denny is on a double. 2 nines, 2 spares, then a double. This has been Denny's lane most of the week. Oh, a little heavy.
There we go.
More than usual for him, didn't it?
Well, the lanes are starting to break down. We've
Yes,
bowled
sir.
5 frames already. We've had 10 guys. That's a lot of bowling balls going down the lane, and the lanes have a tendency to break down in a hurry.
Denny's been throwing almost basically that spot, but they are hooking a little bit more. 6-10. It's possible, but a toughie. He'll have to hurry.
Going to go for it. Oh,
Oh, good try. Nice try by Denny Highsmith. Gives Denny 95. Now in the 5th.
Colonial Lanes can pick up 4 marks here in the 5th
Mickey
frame.
Smiklovich will be up. Mickey has a spare. Double, spare. Let's see if he can get another start right here. Tallmadge Lanes can't let down too much. This Colonial Village Lanes team is tough. Here's the shot.
Got
Out
it
a
out
little
to
bit
the
far.
right.
There we get back on that one there. A little bit far out.
Yep. Well,
Left the 1-2.
What's happened, Jay, is he noticed some of his teammates going high on the nose, and what he wanted to do is give it room to the right to make sure that he didn't go high on the nose, but he gave it too much room to the right.
Well, just a strike shot here for Mick, and he's been in that strike zone most of the time we watched him bowl.
It's a lot better to leave an easy spare like the 1-2 than come up on the nose and leave that impossible 4-6 split.
See how he covers this. Do you give it room? You bet. Randy Porter is up, and Randy's ready to go. That ball, good extension for Randy, but a little bit high again. Left the 4-7 again. Randy hasn't had a spare. He's had 3 strikes, 2 misses. 1 was a washout. Tim Alsace needs to get his strike string started again. 2 strikes, 3 spares.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments he made on lane 6. A little
Out
more
of that
turn.
ball and digging heavy.
Oh, got the break, got the break. Jay, what he did, he gave it a little more lift, a little more turn, hoping to generate more speed on the ball.
Here's the shot at Randy left. Hurry.
Look out.
And failed to carry.
Tallmadge Lanes is up 18 marks, Jay, but they cannot afford to miss those spares. They've got to make the spares.
That's right. 18 marks difference right now, but already we have 17 marks difference. That's where we started. John Durando turned that ball.
Wow.
Oh,
What
big
John
one
did,
jumped
Jay, he
up
went
at
to
him.
his urethane bowling ball to get a little more hook, and that's exactly what happened. It hooked right up on the nose, but he had to make a change. He had to do
Yes.
it.
Dave Highsmith had 4 strikes, then a spare. Let's see if he can get started again. Oh, we almost lost the ball again. That's twice he's had the same shot. So left the 1-2-4. See what John does. Worked on it. Not quite.
Spare.
111 in the 6th.
Well, when you're down 17, 18 marks, Jay, you've got to go for those splits.
Let's see if Dave can move over to the left and get him again like he did a while ago. Shot by Dave. Whoa, kicked it around. And Tallmadge is beginning to lose some shots now.
Well, David played the shot the same way he did back in the 5th frame, and it happened that time. He chopped off the spare.
John working on 4 in a row. John Elsig. Here's the shot by
Good
John.
pitch, John.
Yes.
Good pitch out there. John had a little stuff going in the beginning, left the 4-6 in the first and the 4-6 in the 2nd frame, but he's put 4 strikes in a row.
Now, Ron Ober needs to get his strike started. Had a spare the last time up. See how Ron does.
Gotta
Shot by
hurry.
Ron, it's going to be light. Started throwing a little bit lighter. They're scared of the head pin a little bit now.
I think
with the breaking.
they are afraid of the head pin, Jay, and I would do the same thing if I was afraid of the head pin going
You
splits.
betcha.
Play it to the right, leave easy spares. That's all you have to do to win.
Dale Pettit. If he had a big double right here, he could help. Is he going to get
Hurry.
out? I don't know. Threw it out a little bit far. This is the championship match for $2,000. Ron Ober needs a spare. Strike shot.
Good concentration. His eyes are glued on his target, and he's just going to follow through to his target just like he would if he was throwing a strike.
All right, there's his spare. First mark in this frame now for Tallmadge. See if Dale can pick his spare up. Same thing that he needs right here. Never doubt. Very seldom you'll see them miss spares.
But what they do, Jay, when you got the 1-pin combination spare up, they practice for the next shot for the strike. Look out.
Denny Highsmith jumped up with a big 410. He had a split last time up. Had a 410, didn't he, last time, too? Same
That's
thing
right.
exactly. Same shot exactly he had last time. Butch Deller has a strike, 2 spares, 2 strikes. He'll be coming up for Colonial Village. Let's see what Denny does with this. Needs to move it over a little bit more. Not enough. Got his spare. Or rather, got his 1 pin. Makes him 104. Now in the 6th. Butch could have his calls right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could pick up 6 marks here to a possible 2. Let's see if he does it here with another
Looks
big.
good, Jay.
Yes.
Looks good.
Big
Yes,
turkey.
sir. They're pumped out now. They've got the line on the lanes. If they can just avoid catching that split now and then. Colonial Lanes is tough.
Jim, the better bowlers seem to really power that ball. That ball is moving, you know it?
Boy, they got great striking power. Just like that. Mickey throws a great ball.
Got his big strike. 34 to 40, 33 to 47.
Colonial picked up another 4 marks.
That's right, 14 marks difference now. Here's the shot, a little light.
Just to show you how fast the spread can go, Colonial Village Lanes has picked up 8 marks in 2 frames.
That's right. And they have 1, 2, 3 foundation strikes. Tell you what, that's the end of the 6th. Let's take a little break. We'll be right back, Jim. All right, we're going to catch you up with where we are. We're midway in the 8th frame already 3 through the 7th and 8th. Let's see what is happening. We'll tell you what's going on here in just a moment. Right now it is 39 to 51 marks in the 7th frame. Tim Elsas had a spare, John Durando had a spare, Judd Elsig had a double, and Dale Pettit had a double. And for Tallmadge, we had a spare for Randy Porter on a spare from a 7th, 2 spares in the 7th and 8th for Dave Highsmith. Ron Ober had a double, and then we had Diddy Highsmith with a miss. So we are now with the cleanup men, Butch Zeller with 150-some pins in the 7th, and we are shooting Mickey Smiklovich had a miss there in the 7th frame. So let's see where we are right now. Here's the shot by Butch, and it's a beautiful strike.
If you remember a few telecasts back, the Stonehenge Lane team was down 100 marks, or 100 pins going into the 8th frame, and came back to beat Midway Lanes. That's where Colonial is right now. They're down 100 pins with 3 frames to go.
Here's the shot by Mickey, and he leaves a 5 pin. Got 9 out of that. So now 46 marks for Colonial Village in the 8th frame. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 56. That would be 10 marks different, right, Jim?
That's right, Jay, and I'll tell you what, this could be a real exciting finish because the Colonial Village Lanes team is lined up, and they're starting to throw some strikes.
3 foundation strikes there in the 8th. Let's see if Mickey can get his spare. Here's the shot by Mickey, and it's a good spare. So now 10 marks difference, 100 pins separate them in the last 2 frames to go. They had 170 to start. Shot by Randy. Beautiful shot. Randy Porter coming back. Had a spare there in the 8th. 143 down the 8th with a strike.
Randy's got a great strike ball, Jay. If he can just get the ball to the pocket, he can really throw some strikes.
Tim Elsas leads a strike right here. He had a doubles, 2, 3 spares, a double and a spare. Let's see what he does.
Last time out on the 8th frame, Tim just overturned it, got a bad count. He did the same thing that time. Struggling a little bit right now.
Really a 610 left. He averaged 263 the first 2 games out. Struggling a little bit this time.
Well, Tim tries to be very, very precise, and that's his game. That's the way he has to be.
Dave Highsmith had a spare. Dave is bowling good. Here's the
Right
shot.
in
He's
there.
turning. You bet. Right in the pocket.
Dave Highsmith has been bowling fantastic the last 3 times out. Right now he's going off right around 210.
Here's the shot. Tim Elsas cover slid it over a little bit.
Boy.
Tallmadge was, what, 3rd seeded, weren't they, Jim, in the
That's
tournament?
right.
Mm-hmm.
They've been bowling well throughout the Pot of Gold tournament.
Sure have. They've won by very small scores, like 10 and 12 pins.
So sure.
John Durando. Shot by John. Out on those lanes good, but it's high. They're beginning to hit high on a big old 6-7 split.
Well, John's been having a lot of problems today, Jay. He switched bowling balls 2 or 3 times. He's tried different speeds, different angles, but nothing seems to work today for him.
Let's see if Ron Ober. If Ron could get he had a double in the 7th and 8th. If he could get one right here, that's going to make it tough, Jim.
Well, it sure is. John Elsig's working on 6 in a row, but it's still going to be short.
Shot here and take out the 6-pin. All right. Now let's see if Ron can get his turkey right now.
Big pitch, Jay. He's got to have it.
Here's the shot by Ron. Heavy.
Yeah.
Broke it up except the baby split. Left the 3-10. All right. Here comes John Elsig working on 7 in a row. Look at him come out of that ball.
Gotta hurry.
Whoa.
Gotta hurry.
The washout.
Well, the Colonial Village Lanes team in the 9th frame, when you need the strikes to set them up for the 10th frame, they're just not getting them. Having a little trouble here in the 9th frame.
All that Tallmadge needs to do is mark.
That's right. Just stay clean.
Here comes Ron. Shooting for that baby. So they have to be outside. Fail to hit. Still not hurt. Here's the shot. A good shot. Not enough. It looks like he's going to hook a little more than that for John.
Tallmadge Lanes, Jay, is giving them opportunities. They're opening the door a little bit, but Colonial Village just can't seem to open it up wider.
192 for John. That's in the 9th frame. John has 3 open frames, still 192 in the 9th. Shot for Denny Highsmith. There's Denny. Is it good? Yeah.
Good pitch.
That's Denny's shot. He tried to correct it, Jim, and was a little bit on the outside a couple of times, so he just let it roll.
That's true. He's got a great shot.
Dale working on a turkey. Dale Pettit. He's there.
Dale Pettit has thrown the ball fantastic throughout the whole Pot of Gold tournament. He's one super player.
Mickey Smiklovich. Had a spare the last time up. Mickey with a 174 average, already 155 in the 8th frame.
Crossing over.
Didn't carry the 6, but a good hit from that Brooklyn side.
Well, Butch has got to have a strike, Jay. You got no choice. He is in a must-strike situation.
That's right.
Good concentration, taking a deep breath. Get those butterflies out. Good extension.
Here comes the shot.
Right in there. Good pitch. Fantastic pitch. They're not giving up, Jay. They've got 1 frame to go, but they're not giving up.
51 marks for Colonial Village, and there is 56, 57, 58, 59. Let's see if Mickey gets this. It could be an 8-mark difference as we go into the 10th. It is. 80 pins to make up here in the 10th frame, and it can be done. That's possible. But they're going to have a lot of strikes. See what Randy Porter has to say about it. He's working on a double. Is he high? 4-6. That's not the way to start. Hit a little bit high. All right, let's see what happens now.
Jay, we don't take into consideration when we do our marks about pin count. Right now, Tallmadge
right.
Lanes has lost some pin marks, and Colonial Village is actually down right around 70 to 75 pins with 1 frame to go.
Let's see how Tim does. Shot by Tim, good extension. It's coming, and it's there.
Jay, you never know. This ball game isn't over yet. This Colonial Village team can throw some strikes. Tallmadge Lanes has got to stay away from those splits, though.
Here's the shot, and carry out the 6-pin. All right, gives him a 171. Randy has shot well. Ace Mitchell providing the shirts for the Big Pot of Gold tournament, Jim.
Yes, sir. Ace Mitchell's Bowler's Mart, located at 225 East Mill Street, right here in Akron. Go down and see all of our friends down at Ace Mitchell's Bowler's Mart.
Everyone very quiet as Tim approaches the line, and he throws the ball. It's heavy. Almost carried. Still left the 4. All right.
Jay, the way it is right now, we've been doing some figuring here real quick. Colonial Village Lanes is only down about 65 pins.
65. All right. They have 2 anchor men down there, Dale Pettit and Butch Zeller, working on big doubles. Oh, Dave Highsmith could have had a double right there. The ball hooked in a little bit high. Dave has done well, 160 average bowler. And right now he's shooting at a better than a 200 average. Whoa! Tim threw it past. 208. Good shooting for Tim. Tim is a 214 average bowler. Let's see if John can get lined out. John Durando. John's had the toughest game he's had in the whole tournament so far. Whoa! It hooked right at the last, and Dave lost his spare.
That's 2 opens for Tallmadge in the 10th frame, Jay. We can't have that.
Still bowled 198.
Good game.
No, I tell you what, it's tightening up more and more. All that Tallmadge really had to do was just spare.
Look out.
Oh,
boy. He's having a bad time today, Jay.
The 4-6-10. You know, if you've got any kind of a chance for a spare, well, it's not too bad, but these are almost impossible right here unless you bounce it off, maybe have it come back on you.
Jay, win or lose, the Colonial Village Lanes team is going to go back in style with Thomas Limousine Service. What a fantastic limousine that was at the beginning of the show, wasn't it?
Oh, you betcha. Pretty automobile, huh?
It sure was.
And the bowlers look pretty nice.
Maybe they'll take us for a ride in that car.
The way I bowl? Now, Jim's different. All right, let's see if Ron can break it right now and get a spare or a strike for Tallmadge. Just about 75 pins difference. Here's the shot by Ron. And carried the big
Good pin
strike.
action.
Tell you what, that could make a lot of difference
it
right
sure
now.
can. Now, John Elsig's got to throw 2 strikes just to pick up that 1 mark.
Shot by John. And wiggled and wiggled, and the 10-pin wiggled. And that was it. John buried it well. 192 in the 9th frame. Let's see what happens. If Ron could get a double here, you have Dennis setting on a big strike. Going into our 4th man here. See what he does here.
Right in there. Right in there, Jay. Good pin.
Double.
Just pounding the nails in the coffin now, Jay.
It is. It's going to be awfully hard for them to ever catch. You could have the other men go out with make up about 60 pins, but if they just spare.
That's right. Good counts.
Let's see what happens right now. Ron will be trying to fill it up for a big old turkey here and go out with a 189. Had some problem. First 2 frames he opened. Then he had a big split in the 9th.
Not bad for a 155 average bowler.
Kicked it all the way around the 10th, but a fine 188.
Can't get any better than that. Fantastic shooting.
Here's the shot. Ball's coming. Is it enough? You bet. Carried it for John.
212 for John Elsig with 1 spare, Jay. Not bad.
Now then, Denny Highsmith could really nail it in here with a double. Really appreciate Kelly helping us out here. Ooh, left the baby split. Left the 310. Let's see what Dale does. Dale is on 3 in a row. Butch's Deller is on 2 in a row. Here's the shot by Dale. That's a pretty good shot.
Dale Pettit isn't giving up, Jay. He's in this to the end. He wants to give it everything he can.
Here's the shot now. Is it too high?
A lot of opens in the 10th frame for Tallmadge Lanes. 3 out of the top 4.
That's the double jump.
That's right. That was a very important double, too.
Mickey Spiklovich shooting a good game. Let's see what Dale does. Oh, it's going right down to the nubbin now with that open. Here's Dale's shot, a little heavy.
Hold off. Good pitch out there. You never know, Jay. You never know. 228 he can shoot. Beats his man by 70 pins.
Here's the shot.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this, Jay. They're going to have 4 out of 5 opens.
Split. 4 opens now and only 1 double in there. Great goodness. Let's see where we are. We've got to do some quick figuring. There's a nice finish. Nice finish there by Dale with a big 227. 735. He could go 238. Trying to figure out how close we are right here as Butch's Dollar comes up. Needs a strike. Here's the shot down by Mickey with that big wide open, and he picked up the one. That could be important. You never know.
Jay, they can still win this ball game. Colonial Village can still win this ball game. Let me do some real quick figuring here.
Yes, do some quick figuring. I think there's a possibility they could still win if Butch could go out to Dollar. Is she checking right now?
5, 6,
Could go 230.
248.
230.
Okay, we're going to come up a little short, looks like.
Just a little short? be awfully close, but I think if he goes out for, what, a 238? 48 possibly.
Yeah, he
Would
needs
that be enough?
264, and the best he can go is 248.
248.
Come up short.
I think that's right. So let's see what happens right now. Shot by Butch. He's got to go all the way regardless. There we go. Even if he goes all the way, I think it's about 20 pins short. I think he's, even though he could hit 248. Beautiful game. What would that 248 give us there, Kelly? 248 would be something like 980 something, wouldn't it? 983. All right. So here we go. Let's see what Butch does right now. You never stop, because you never know.
Well, they gave it a shot, Jay.
Yes.
They had their opportunities, but just came up a little short.
Sure did. Here's the shot by Butch. And carried it left. The big old 4-7-10, but an awfully fine game by Butch Deller.
That's right. Butch had a little tough
Colonial
going in the
Village
early
gave it a
going.
shot, didn't they?
They sure did. They had the door open, but they just couldn't quite close it.
Tell you what, when you're going to pick up 100 and how many pins? 170? That's a big, big hill to climb. And they had it going, but that means every bowler has to be tremendous. All right, there's the shot. Trying for the 4-7-10. Ended up with a 234 and a big 969 to 9. Let's give them both a hand, folks. What a great, great finish for a tremendous pot of gold. And Tallmadge Lanes is the winner. They receive $2,000. And Colonial Village will get $600. We're going to be back and we'll talk to the winners and also second place in just a moment.
Loses, is that right?
That's exactly it.
Well, you bowled great. Good bowling, Butch. Rick Davis, the manager of Colonial Village Lanes. Rick, you put together a fine team. They bowled some fantastic games here. You want to put your shoes on and go right out and bowl with them?
I'll tell you what, I watched them bowl, and they bowl in the All-Star Leagues with us down at Colonial, and I don't really want to bowl against any one of them. They didn't quite get it going today, but I'm sure they're strong enough they could have won it.
Well, they have a fantastic team, and Rick is a hell of a player himself. Well, that's the runner-up phase of our program here. Jay, back to the champions.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1985 Pot of Gold winners, Tallmadge Lanes. Yes, sir. They're happy because they're sticking $2,000 down in their pocket right here. Randy, how are you?
Oh, real good, happy.
You feel a whole lot better now.
Yeah, a lot less pressure on us now. You know, it's over, so we made it what we wanted to do, and just real happy that we did what we did.
Randy, every one of your members here bowled above their average.
Yeah, that's, I think, what got us where we got was that nobody ever had any real low games. We were pretty consistent.
Really weren't. With that 187, you bowled 188 average. That's good bowling. Thank you so much, Randy. Dave Highsmith, 34 pins above your average, from 160 to 194, and that ball was working. Are you sure you want to change it?
I don't know. If it was like this all the time, I wouldn't have 160 average. So.
Was it exciting to you?
Oh, it was. It was tense, though.
It really was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you run up against a tremendous team right here, and you boys have been bowling, of course, 11-23 the last game. You dropped down some this game, but it had to be nerve-wracking.
Oh, it was. They could have came and got us, but they didn't. We bowled a little low, too, so.
Awfully good bowling.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you. Ron Ober. Ron, you were way up there above your average, 155 average, and you averaged 178, Ron.
Yes, I did. I stayed consistent and didn't do anything real wrong, and although it was very competitive, I think the tenseness might have helped me some, concentration.
You've been bowling a long time, Ron.
Yes, I have, quite a while.
You know, Ron bowls just like me. I'll break my arm, and we go up to that line and hope.
Right, that's right. That's what it is, hoping.
Yeah,
right.
Don Carter didn't hope much. He did awfully good with that, didn't he?
Well, he sure did, right.
Hey, it's good to have you with us here. And awfully good bowling right there. Denny Highsmith. Have to be a brother to Dave, right, Denny?
Yeah.
What about that other brother? Why didn't you get him in here, too?
Well, I don't know. We just kind of put our team here together at the last minute, and sort of the way we all came together. So
You have to be awfully happy over the way you bowled.
Well, we are.
Denny, 177 average. You averaged 188. That's awfully good bowling, my friend.
Well, thank you. I dropped down a little bit that last game, but like Ron said, there was a lot of pressure out there. It really was.
You found that number 6 lane, and you were throwing that ball out so beautifully, breaking right in the pocket. Had a beautiful shot there. All righty, let me talk right over here to Mickey. Mickey, how are you doing, my friend?
Real good.
Mickey, you are the captain right here of the team, and I'll tell you what, you have to be proud of these folks.
Oh yeah, I'm really proud of my guys. They all shot really well.
They really did, and of course, with that $2,000, you made up your mind what you're going to do with it here now?
Oh, I don't know. I got a couple plans for it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Let me step back, and you gentlemen step right in front of me here. We don't mind, right up here in front, because we have an old buddy here, John Kotroki. And Jim, come on in with us right now as we make this presentation right now. John, hasn't it been a great pot of gold tournament here, my friend?
It's been really fantastic tournament, Jay. It seems like the second year it has been really great, really great.
You know what? You've got a great big trophy for our 1985 champions, huh? And here is Ron Boring, and I know you want to present it to you and the captain right here, John.
Ron, I know this is your first year in the Pot of Gold tournament, and we want to welcome you to the championship, congratulate you. I can give you the trophy, but I got something else for your captain, Mickey.
Yeah. Ron, how are you feeling about it right now?
Real good. First, when we first started off, I didn't think the team had a chance, but as they went along, they put confidence in me, and I had confidence in them, and it all turned out fair.
They got stronger and stronger.
Yes, they did. Yes, sir. I think they could bowl another good game.
All right, now then, Mickey's over here with a big smile on his face, and I wonder why, huh?
I don't understand why Mickey is smiling, but what he says for sure, do not give this to Ron. Make sure he gets it.
What is it, John?
Well, Mickey, I want to present this to your team and congratulate you on winning the second annual Pot of Gold tournament. Congratulations.
For that $2,000. And now, how about that? Now then, let's have Mickey fold it up and put it in his pocket. Right there, huh? Boy, it's been great, hasn't it here, Jim?
It's a fantastic tournament, Jay, and I just want to thank you on behalf of the Greater Akron Bowling Proprietors. You did another fine job, and we hope to see you back next year.
I tell you what, it has been great. We're going to be back in just a little while. We're going to wrap it up for you, and we really have enjoyed talking with all the great bowlers and all those who participated. We're going to tell you about next year coming up in just a little while. So we'll be back in just a few moments from now, all right?